gave a hostess the 20% discount, and then
you charge the sales tax on the
sales tax as the deduction. Like, does that make sense? Like, you deduct the sales tax on the product that you gave away with that discount? No, that doesn't make sense. So, like, say, because if you have a sales tax permit, so therefore you benefit by giving your hostess the full amount discount, and you're not losing the tax that you had paid on that product because you didn't pay that tax on that product. If I did that and I gave my hostess my 20% discount and I'm making all my deductions at the end of the year so that I'm still actually making a profit, this probably files in the shady area.
Not really, no.
Deduct the taxes that you paid for that gift to come back on your end as a deduction.
It's not, because it's still a course of business. But I do think what is shady that I've seen people say, I think it's bad business to do this. People say, well, you can change the sales tax rate and just charge them what it would be for regular retail. Have you seen how people say that? Let's say, okay, she spends, we'll just make it really easy because I can't do math in my head. I use calculators at work. So she has $100, right? Let's say after just like it's $100 retail, but let's just say hypothetically, just for ease, we're doing 50% off. You never give someone 50% off, but let's just say you only charge her 50. But then girls are changing the sales tax to equal up to what it would be for $100. So let's say sales tax was 10%. 10% of 100 is $10. So you're charging her $10 on that instead of 10% off of the 50. Then you're actually, yes, you're recouping your sales tax money, but I think that's bad business because
she's changing her sales tax to 20% instead of 10 whenever she's charging.
That's what I'm saying. Because when you're saying you're doing this party for me and you're getting a discount and I discount, no, it's the same thing. She wants to go get a discount at Sephora. They're going to charge her off the net number. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. But you're collecting more income tax for something that she didn't tangibly get. Does that? I think that's karma. I don't think that that's how you should do business. That's just me, because I always look at it this way. I always compare it. If they go to Sephora and Sephora gives them a 20% off coupon, okay, so they get 20% off of 100. That's $80. Sorry, $80. She's getting taxed on $80 at Sephora, not $100. Mm-hmm. So why would you do that to her and tax her on $100, but she's only getting $80 worth of? Does that see what I'm saying?
And it does make you feel kind of like lousy when you do look at your receipt at some point where someone did tax you off the full amount. Versus...
And then you might lose her as a customer. And she's like, well, Sylvia's not going to do that to me because she's that. And like and then I don't think these women are actually even telling them. And I just think that's shady. That's just me. I believe in always doing right by my customers and not lying. And that's because I feel like that's how you build a good business.
Because most people don't pay attention.
They don't.
I'm saying once they do, they go, crap, I was charged double. For taxes.
And I've had, because some people will look at theirs. I look at my receipts, and I've actually gone to people before of like, this isn't right. The numbers don't match up. Like, because that's my money. That's money, and I'm doing business with you, and I want the value of the product and what I'm getting and stuff like that. And I wouldn't, and also too, I'm the type of person, I wouldn't go to a friend and ask for a discount. Do you know what I'm saying? So but it's your own decision if you decide to do that. Everyone runs their business differently. That's how I run mine. So at the end of the day, so let's just say hypothetically, okay, I'm going to use the whiteboard. So Synergence charges you, because I think visuals help because I think it's kind of confusing. So they took $100 worth of sales tax, and that Synergence took that, right? If you look at your square, if you're like me, you run everything through your square at the very end, and you can see the sales tax that you've collected for the year of 2016 was $75, okay? So you've got this back. It's okay that you're keeping this money because you're trying to make the net effect be zero. But say you're missing $25, and let's say this $25 attributes to you giving discounts on products for Hostess Rewards or birthday discounts, because we all do that for our customers, or we do our sales for National Lipstick Day. You'll still get this $25 deduction against all of your gross income. After you put all your receipts together and it says that you sold $10,000 worth of stuff, you still get to subtract $25. Does that make sense? So you're still getting the benefit. It's reducing your income that you're being taxed on by the IRS. So no matter what, even if you're eating what they say you're eating that deduction, you're still getting that deduction on your tax returns. I don't really consider that a loss. Does that make sense what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So, any questions?
How do you run the cash through your square?
You had just picked when you tender, instead of them doing a credit card, you just take cash, and then you have another reason why I do Square, the reason why I like it, is because I've added customers, so I can look at all of my customers' histories, and I can tell exactly what they bought, the last time they bought. Oh, I need to follow up with her. That's another reason why I like Square.
Do you run, whenever you give giveaways, like I'm doing a drawing for a free blank, do you run that through Square?
I don't
either.
But I keep a spreadsheet of things like that.
Okay.
Like, for example, Like I did a giveaway when I first started because it was my birthday, and I was like, I had them like add their friend, you know, those things like you add your friends to Facebook, I'll give you a collection, things like that. I keep track of that, and at the end of the day, those giveaway, everything you give away for free because of promoting, that is a deduction.
That's what I thought. Okay, so you're just keeping a manual spreadsheet as well.
Yes.
Okay. I'm doing that, but I'm like, after a while,
Yeah.
I feel like there would be a better way, but maybe not.
Yeah, but you also need to make sure that you're doing it off of, like, let's say, it's just easier if I just do half off. So if you give away a collection, and it's sad because I can't do the 55. So let's say it was the $50 collection back in the day, and you give it away for free. You really should only be deducting $25
Is
off
what
the
you
50.
paid.
It's what you paid. Does that make sense?
Yes. Let me ask you this.
Yes.
Let's go back. This goes back to my simple bookkeeping
Yes.
strategy. So, say I spent $1,000 last month
Mhm.
with Synergens.
Okay.
Now, whatever I profited from that goes straight into my account.
Mhm.
But like I had, you know, stuff that I either gave away or I kept for myself or to use as a tester. Instead of like, do I need to actually put all of that down, like actually write it down that this is stuff that I'm using for testers and this is the stuff that I was giving away? Or just the fact that I'm not claiming it on my taxes is just an assumption that it's stuff that was kept?
We will go over that because that's the next line on the schedule.
Okay.
C. It's cost of goods sold.
Sorry.
Okay, no, you're fine. Because I'm going to tell you what I do, and I think this is the easiest way to do it because I'm not trying to complicate this for myself, is what it is. And actually, they walk you through it, and that's why I'm going to walk you through the whole thing. So, real quick, so are we good on sales tax? Does everyone kind of understand that? Because I feel like that's where people struggle with thinking, oh, we pay Synergens taxes, that I don't have to claim all this money I'm making selling. No, that's not what you do. You need to claim it because the IRS will find you. And I will tell you, I have this feeling that the IRS will start looking at multi-level marketing companies because there is so much money being made in these companies that is being made fast, that is harder to track. They will start to look more at us. I will guarantee it because at the end of the day, they want to go off to where they can make money. And you hear these stories, I mean, I think it was Casey or someone that had told me there's like one of her downlines is like a teacher who makes $40,000 a month with a commission check. You don't think they're eventually going to start looking into things like that? They will. They will. I mean, it's a kind of a benefit because the IRS has to pull out budget cuts, so it's like they don't have enough time, unfortunately. But it will come back. It will always come back, and that's why they have the statute of limitations. That's why they can still like open up years of audit and things like that. So,
Simple question before you move on to sales tax, and I might have missed this. So
no, it's okay.
Synergens charges 8.375 or 8.8,
Yeah.
whatever. What do you charge on your square?
Exactly what they charge
Exactly
me.
the same.
Because it actually works out for me because I'm selling in Oklahoma City. That's the sales
Okay.
tax rate anyways.
And I'm selling not just in Oklahoma, so I've just rounded it. But
Yeah, that's fine. Now, were you here when we talked about out-of-state stuff?
no,
Okay, so actually that's the last thing I'm gonna add that
I
because
can
I don't.
stay after if you want.
Yeah, it's okay. Because did you record the part of? Okay, so the out-of-state stuff. Okay, because we've had a lot of clients. Like I've seen a lot of girls ask that about like, well, I have people I'm selling to because I have customers in California, Florida, Vegas, New York. You know, I don't charge them sales tax because I have a sales tax permit. Because technically by law I don't have to. Think about it like Amazon. When you buy something from Amazon, are they charging you sales tax? They're not. And the reason why is because Amazon does not have a physical presence in the state of Oklahoma. I think if you're in Washington, they do because Amazon's headquarters are in Washington and they also have like a grocery store direct thing there. State taxes and sales taxes kind of get confusing because it's different by each state. But what we follow by the rule for income taxes is nexus. Nexus is meaning basically, when they say you have nexus in the state, is meaning that you have physical presence in the state. Usually the first indicator of that is if you have a brick or mortar. So for example, if you were to buy something from Bloomingdale's, we don't have a Bloomingdale's here, right? They're not going to charge us sales tax because there's no physical presence here. They only have an online presence. Does that make sense? But if I'm in New York and I go buy it, and I have it shipped to me in New York, well, they have a physical presence in New York. They have to charge sales tax. Does that make sense? There is really no physical presence of Synergens really anywhere because they're all buying from us distributors and things like that, correct? So really, it's up to you. You could tell your customers, well, Synergens charges me the sales tax, I have to recoup it. Or you could end up just taking it as a loss and doing what most people would expect you to do and not charge some taxes. Because if they were to buy from another store that's not there, they wouldn't get charged taxes. It's kind of up to you on that sense. In the beginning, I did charge them for it, but I did have a couple customers question me on that. I don't now because I do have a sales tax number and I can get away with that. So I'm not eating anything in that sense. So because you don't have Nexus in this state, and then they're like, well, okay, so how does that work then? So if you're not charging the sales tax, so who eventually gets the sales tax? By law, when you fill out your state tax return for the state of Oklahoma, you are supposed to file your use tax saying, I bought $700 from Amazon, this is my use tax, and you're actually supposed to pick up and send it to the state. Every state is like that. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Do most people
Luckily,
file?
most people don't know that.
Most people don't know that, and most people just mark no. Every
And I would probably beg to differ that because there's so many people, Synergence people in every state that we do have a physical presence.
That's true. But I think it just depends because they really look at more of like a business aspect. Because, for example, like I have a client.
Sure. Thank you.
Each state is different though. Like for the state of Georgia, it's like if you do one W-2 to employee, you have physical presence. But in the state of California, that might not be the case.
Right.
The state of Kansas might say you have to have a brick and mortar, you have to have physical presence. Each state is completely different on their laws. That is why on our firm we have like people that specialize just in state and local taxes because we have these huge books that you have to run through the charts to see, okay, they had a trade show. Oh crap, okay, that might count as that. Oh wait, they have an employee. Okay, yeah, and then there's just little, it's very intricate, but this is just the bare basis that to where at least you know you're safe in that sense. Does that make sense? Did that answer your question? Okay. So now we're gonna go over like the Schedule C. So this is where you're recording all of your Synergence business. I do recommend if you forget what I say or you need the instructions from the Schedule C is super, super easy to read. You just Google it, go to the IRS website, and it has the whole PDF. And actually, I do like the Control Find option to figure out, to answer the questions that I need. And it'll tell you exactly, okay, so line 21, what actually fits under repairs and maintenance? And they'll tell you. And then that's how you start to categorize your expenses. I'm just gonna hit the ones that people are probably gonna ask the most about, like mileage and things like that, because that's actually what's more pertinent to us. So the first thing is, on line 1 is your gross receipts. When you open up your Square, that's that whole number that you have charged your customers before discounts and everything. So that's literally, like if you sold 10 collections at $50 a piece, that'd be your $500. Like what the gross receipts are. And I think, I can't do this one. Do we have Wi-Fi in here?
Not good Wi-Fi,
Okay.
but you can try it.
Okay, I was gonna try to see.
Sure, the password is lemon drop, all lowercase, one word.
Okay.
That's your.
Because I'm gonna show you just like, give you disclosure. You're gonna see my Square, so you can see it. Because I'm not trying to hide anything or anything like that.
So on this line 1,
So,
so that's everything including your tax, shipping,
yes,
your total,
all income.
every bit of money that comes into your account.
Yes,
Before discounts, you said?
yes. Because discounts would actually be a deduction. You can do like a product discount thing at the bottom at the end. Because the first little section that says part 1, that's literally like all your little income stuff right here, and then part 2 is all of your little expense stuff. So. I just wanted to show you. I really like Square. I know some people use PayPal. I think PayPal's very dated. I can't really read their stuff. I feel like Square gives me better charts, better
Like the monthly.
yes, like I
summaries
just like that a lot better. So that's just my opinion on it. If it comes up, I actually have it on my phone. So I download. You actually can do like the Square like reports too. It's a different app though.
I love Square too, but do you all find that Square is very difficult on your phone?
It takes me forever to ring someone out. I'm always like
you
communicating.
can't. Yeah, you can't. If you look up, so say for instance, when people order or they're debating on an order, I'll go ahead and create an invoice on my computer if I'm sitting there and just save it as a draft. But then if I'm not at my computer and they're like, oh, for sure, I want that color and add this one too, and
I hate that. I hate that
I
the
can't
computer,
send it.
the computer and the app do not integrate together. It's so stupid. I'm like, why can't you? Why don't they work together? They just don't. Like what works on the computer is completely separate than the app.
You
And I
can
found
do
out
it
the
if
hard
you
way.
go on your phone and go to the website, not the app. It's
Yeah.
a little bit easier, but it's still super wonky.
Okay, so we're just gonna pull. You can see my sales for
You do all of it through the app?
I do everything through the app.
You create your invoices through the app?
Yeah.
Oh, you have to show me. I think I might be.
When you create
I might be
invoices,
missing
when you
something.
create invoices, you email it to the customer though. So
Right,
they
I
have
do
to
it all
log
from my
on to the-
computer.
Yeah, so you could do it from your phone that way.
I never do it on the computer. I'll show you.
Okay.
How I do it.
But it sucks because then they have to log into their email.
But can you
and
type
they-
in, like, I always type in the title of my invoice is the colors that I choose and stuff? Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
So you need to learn her way.
is it